seems to be more packed as we go through this night, and that's because of the incredible energy that's been out there today, all week and over many months. The people that have been living off that energy, feeding that energy, and certainly are full of energy are the people that I'm about to introduce to you now. They are our lead candidates for the inner city seats. They have done such an extraordinary job. It is such an honour as a Preston candidate with a 7% swing to introduce these people, because these people are absolutely awesome. I'm going to get the first one up right now. It's this seat here that he's been contesting. His name is Brian Walters.
It was 14 years ago in 1996 that just 10 of us met down on the banks of the Yarra, including Bob Brown, including my wife Sally and my two daughters, Rachel and Georgia, and just a few other people to launch our first Senate campaign here in Victoria. No media came, there were just 10 of us, and we were very excited. And since then we've gradually built and grown, and there's been no easy come for us. It's been hard work, work with the community, inspiring the community, offering positive solutions. And at the start of this campaign, Bob Brown said, well, the big parties are going to throw everything at the Greens. And I think he was right about that. Certainly, sometimes I found it quite confronting being a candidate. But I think if we really want to achieve change, if we want to see the values of environmental sustainability, of grassroots democracy, of human rights and social justice, if you want to see those values expressed in politics, we have to put ourselves out there. We have to give the community a choice, and we have to work with the community who are our base. Now, we don't have the big money of the major parties. We never will. We've called on them to not take donations from big business. We don't. And, but nevertheless, we have shown what we can do with grassroots democracy here, with taking a campaign out to the people, knocking on doors, talking to people. And it's been something that's built since the party started in 1992, 18 years ago. Now in 2006, here in Melbourne, Richard Di Natale came very close, and it was a 2% margin between Labor and the Greens. And I pay tribute to Richard, who stood twice in this seat and brought it so close. This time, the vote as it currently stands is Labor on 40%, the Greens on 33%, and the Liberal Party on 29%. But 50% of the vote is not counted yet. We have people on the great big bike ride and out doing various things at this stage. And I think it's very hard for us to win on those votes from there. But what we have achieved is a 6% swing in the face of a swing to the Conservatives across the state. A 6% swing to the Liberals. And it'll be tough to see us climb up to a position from there, but we will wait and see what the other voters have done, because I think that's respectful to them. But with a 6% swing, we've shown that we are still building our vote. It's now clear that what used to be Labor heartland here is now only held because of support from the Liberal Party. The convergence that we've seen in the course of this election between Labor and Liberal has made politics a lot clearer in this state. And it's made it a lot clearer because the only positive alternative that's being offered is the Greens. And we've seen the agenda of the Greens picked up by the other parties. It's been quite interesting seeing the Liberals talking about having a single public transport authority, something that we've been talking about for some years. Here in Inner Melbourne, we've had the Labor Party campaigning on the basis that they support equality in marriage. Something which I'm not aware that their policy position actually supports. We've seen them talking about social justice, and we have desperately been calling for that to happen, and it is so needed here in Inner Melbourne. So we have made a difference already by shifting the agenda, by being on the front foot about policies and solutions. Tonight I want to thank you all. I want to thank the people who have been out on the polling booths today, the people who have been door knocking for months and months and months, going right back to last year. I want to thank the people who've worked specifically on my campaign. I'm not going to be able to name everyone, but I want to name a few people. I want to thank Marion. I want to thank Mike. I want to thank Tony. I want to thank Lucy and Kahute and Todd. You people have been such a privilege to work with. I've learned so much from being in this campaign. It's been really enriching for me personally. I want to thank the people of Melbourne for all that they've done in terms of supporting the Greens. For them, of course, they're supporting a party that hasn't had representation in the lower house, but so many have given us their trust, and it's been great meeting with them. I want to thank those upon whose shoulders we stand. David Ristrom, the first elected Green in Victoria. To the Melbourne City Council in 1999. What a breakthrough that was. I want to thank our three upper house MLCs. Greg Fowler, what a tremendous example they've been on issue after issue, and what a principled stand they've taken. I want to thank Adam Bank, who with his great campaign was able to become the first lower house member of parliament elected in the federal parliament at a general election. Kathleen, Adam and I campaigned together, and it was just a privilege being able to be part of Adam's campaign. I've already thanked Richard Di Natale, but I want to thank him again. Senator-elect Richard Di Natale. Who has, as I say, brought this seat of Melbourne so close on 2 previous occasions. Finally, someone who's been there for the whole journey, who was the motive force in founding the party and has been there every step of the way as we've taken progress. I want to thank Bob Brown. What a source of inspiration, not just here in Victoria, not just across Australia, but globally, Bob Brown has been. And I just want to pay tribute to you. What an inspiration you've been to me, Bob, from the days of the Franklin campaign right through to today. And I really appreciate knowing you and what you've provided to this country. And I want to thank my two daughters, Rachel and Georgia, who've been such a strong support to their dad, and have been out there campaigning with me, and who are here tonight. It's great to have had your support, and I finally want to thank my wife Sally, who I will share a silver wedding anniversary in a few weeks.